Match day.
Right, everybody, welcome back to a match preview. This one is for Cardiff versus Sunderland. Live stream we will be doing on Friday for the game, so let's come back on the channel for that one. I'm glad we're starting to get back into the swing of football, the club football.
Right, yeah, club football. It's no secret that none of us like international breaks.
No.
Although we've enjoyed a bit of a break.
We have.
You know, I think, to be fair, I think you mentioned in the last video, the international break couldn't have come at a better time for the club.
Oh, 100%. Totally agree with that one. The players needed it, recharge the batteries and
the
get back
fans
into
needed it.
The fans
definitely
we needed it.
Jesus.
Everybody needed it at that point. Like you say, we hadn't won a game in 7. The QPR game, even though we stopped the run of defeats, it was still a terrible performance.
Well, because as you know, I wasn't there. I was away with work. But
Right.
because of everyone's comments and that I've seen online, and I mean, the 10 minutes I got to myself, I clicked on the live stream, and I thought I didn't even watch the highlights. I didn't even watch anything from the game.
I didn't.
You watched the game?
I meant the highlights after. Normally I do, but I just thought, well, obviously 0-0 is not going to be that many anyway.
But yeah.
But Stephen, it's everything's just, it feels as if I want the season to be end. I really do. I want the season to end, to be over and done with now. We're not going to. You know, we're not going to get the top 6. We know that. We're not going to get relegated. We're not. Cardiff are just above us. They're just above us, but they are 5 points ahead of us.
5 points ahead of us. They are indeed.
That is mental when you look at it like that.
It is. But before we get on to Cardiff, we can't just jump straight into Cardiff.
No.
We will briefly talk about the only thing that I took from the QPR game, even though, like I say, I didn't watch it, was the fact that, yes, we didn't get beat. It was 0-0. We had 0 shots on target. I think we only had 2 shots in the whole game, and obviously neither which was on target. And from what I can gather, it was a very depressing day for everyone.
It was, mate. It was. Obviously, I don't know if you've flicked through the notes, what's come out, the minutes with KLD's interview. I did see one positive thing, that the next manager might be allowed to bring in his own backroom staff. Obviously, Speakman's got to give the okay about that. And also
so that it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and that they might go for a manager who is in a job. They're not ruling that out either.
Oh, but have they not played that smart? And have they not said he's in a job now,
but
his contract ends at the end of the season? So when we go for him, he's free.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Could be.
Over this week, I keep on popping up on Facebook all the time about the latest odds for the manager and all that. And it changes all the time. I think at the beginning of last week, it was Roy Keane was the favourite, then Will Still. Then this week, it was Steve Cooper and David Grohl was the top 2 favourites. So, like I say, we didn't know what's going to go on. We're going to have to wait and see.
I wouldn't mind Cooper, like, to be honest. I wouldn't mind. He's got experience of getting, obviously, Forest into the Premier League, so he's got promotion under his CV already. But, Stephen, the other positive thing I got out the notes, the minutes even, I keep saying notes, was that we're going to have news regarding the new shirts in April, and will they be up for sale about June-ish time?
But that's good.
It is.
Because the club's lost out on loads of revenue. Right, one, because the marketing has been shocking, and they bring the strip out a week before the season starts.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And then after the first weekend, they're sold out, and you kind of get none again until Christmas, and then it's sold out for the rest of the season. So I might be going a bit over the top there, but you know what I mean. And obviously, if the sooner it's released, and the sooner, we get to see it, so we can all rip it apart or see it. I really love that. And then if the earlier it's released, because people like when they go on holiday before the season starts,
every year,
they like to wear it.
Every year, I normally do, but this season I didn't. Now then,
I still haven't got any of this season.
Terrible after.
I know.
And anyway, Stephen, about the minutes, did you pick out anything?
No, wait, I haven't had time since I finished work to read them all. I've had a flick through quickly while I was waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
And from what I can gather, it seems to me, just politician answers, they're just...
100%.
They're just basically, they're not giving proper answers.
Nah.
It's like the Black Cats bar, as far as they're concerned, they've dealt with it, they've found the people involved, or who were to blame, and it's been dealt with, but because of employment laws or something, they're not allowed to release who it was or what they've done.
Swept it under the rug, really.
Basically, and then they've... Speakman saying about, obviously, because the fans are all asking about transfers and this, that and the other, and lack of experience, and then he's listed all these players who are experienced, and I seen you with the thing on Facebook earlier, Rusin and Adil Aushish are experienced players. Now, yes, if you go by appearances in first team football, then they've both had over 100 each. Rusin's had a lot more.
Yep.
But I think you said in one of your comments or on one of your posts, that's in their countries.
Exactly.
It's not in the Championship. So,
And
I mean,
now, what type of quality of football are we witnessing? I'm not in Ukraine, basically. I know how the French league is a lot better than the Ukrainian.
I've never witnessed any.
Exactly. That just says it all, doesn't it, really?
And apologies to any French people who watch us. Not that I imagine there is any. But the French Football League gets called the Farmers League for a reason.
Exactly. And that was my full point, mate. A deal experience and Rusin. But then people were saying, yes, well, they've got 100 payments. I went, no, I know that, but I'm talking about in English football. They've got Adil has only had two, I think it's a handful of starts. I'm going to say two or three. I think Rotherham.
I think he's had 3 or I think he's had 4 something.
Something like that.
4
Rotherham.
or 5,
like QPR was his last one, but then it was Rotherham, which was absolutely ages ago, and we drew against Rotherham. Now, the both have had very little minutes in English football, and the first minutes they've had is with Sunderland. So when it comes to experience, I'm putting them up against the type of players like Danny Bart, Pritchard, Corey Evans, them type of players.
That's what I think experience is.
100%, and I think few people got it misconstrued.
Yeah, I don't look at experience the way Speakman has put it in them minutes.
Exactly.
They played 100 games. I couldn't give a monkeys. For me, experience is someone who's like...
How many games you played?
Fucking 99.
Are you experienced?
But no, I've played a few. But for me, experience in the professional game is someone around older than 25, older than 26, someone who's been around the game for years and years and years, who's experienced many different things. Like Corey Evans has been around loads of clubs. He's our club captain, not that we're saying well because of obviously the horrific injury.
Yep.
Luke O'Neill, he's an experienced player. Danny Bart was player of the season last year, if you can't remember, when we just got rid of him. But that's the kind of experience we like. Pritchard, Bradley Daxon, experienced player. He's made of glass, but that's the kind of experience that I'm on about. And we wanted someone to come in, or people to come in. I think we said it on the stream we did on Sunday. For me, we need an experience down the spine of the team, and then you can have the younguns around them.
Exactly.
And then they keep them reined in, and then they can control it. And they're also a massive effect on the training ground.
I agree with that. Like he did say regarding like Jack Clark and Dan Neil, them our experienced players now. That is true, really. They've had a lot of minutes. Most of them have been forced upon them, really. I remember Dan Neil being burnt out along with Callum Doyle, of Alex Neil and of Lee Johnson. They are technically our experienced players now, what we're looking at.
Well, they are, but I think, like I say, I think I've just said it before, but Speakman's classing certain types of players as experienced, whereas the fans aren't on board with that. The fans think experience is someone who's been in the game a while, who can come in and make an effect on the team. And like I say, having that experience helps bring on the young'uns.
It does.
And yes, like they say, Roberts, yes, he's been around a while, but he hasn't had much. He hasn't had a lot of first-team football in all accounts.
No.
I think he played, 50, so he played quite a few games for Celtic. He played a handful for Fulham. He only played a couple for Man City, and he's played some for us.
Bordeaux and all, in the French Farmers League. Yeah, there you go.
So, still, he's been around a while, and he's been around some important players and brilliant players, but we want them kind of players to come in and help our young'uns in our team, in our squad.
Preferably players that have experience in this league as well, because it does benefit them. It helps they understand the game, the English football. But anyway, that's probably about the minutes really, isn't it, mate?
It is, politician answers, lots of things swept under the carpet, and I didn't really get a lot from what I read.
No, I hit the nail on the head, damn mate. I stumbled that one. But you hit the nail on the head.
Cardiff coming up on Friday. Good Friday, the first long weekend of the 2024. Cannot wait. 4 days off work. Get in. Cardiff City. Like Paul said before, the one place above us in the league. They're 5 points ahead of us. They've won 16, drew 5, and lost 17. They've scored 43. I'm just trying to climb through my notes. They've scored 43 and conceded 51, so they've got a goal difference of -8.
That's mad.
They've had a bit of a shoot up. Their last 5. They lost the last game in the Welsh derby against Swansea 2-0. But before that, they won 4 for bounce. And they beat Ipswich. And they beat someone else who was up there as well.
They're unbeaten. They drew the games before.
They were unbeaten in 5, but they won the last 4 before the Swansea game. So like in a derby game, we know anything can happen. Not that it's a derby; they're not even close. But it's the Welsh derby, you know what I mean? And listen, they're on a good form. We are not. But hopefully the international break has give us time to get our act sorted on the training pitch,
Right.
come up with a plan that's not the same as what we've been watching all season.
Have they got any good goal scorers? I know that NG.
They haven't really.
He's got 6 and
I was looking.
4 assists.
I was looking before, and although they've got 43 goals, the goals have been pretty spread out.
There's
no,
the team.
Not that we've got anyone. Well, Jack Clark's got, what's it, 15, 14?
Something like that.
And Billingham, who's he?
Job.
He's got 5. But their top goal scorer is Perry Ng. And he's the defender. And he's got 6 goals and 4 assists. Then you've got Carlon Grant. He's got 5 goals and 2 assists. And then another defender, Demetrius Gutos, sounds like cheese. He's got 4 goals but 0 assists. And then the assist man is Joe Rawls, however you pronounce it. And he's got 1 goal but he's got 7 assists. So he's a bit of a playmaker for them, if you will.
I've got to keep an eye on him. Like I did check my notes before I come out, and he was one I was going to highlight. So Stephen.
The goals are spread out, like I said. So there's no one running away. There's no one particular threat we need to watch. But like the goals are chipping up from all over the team. And the concerning thing is they are on a decent run of form. Yes, they lost the last game, but there were 4 wins off the bounce before that. So they'll still be coming in full of confidence.
I can't tell it's being an easy game for us, especially down
There's
at
no easy game for Sunderland.
No, there's not now. Like.
I honestly reckon they'd struggle against Cambridge over 40s at the minute.
Big shout out to this
You know what I mean?
No, I think it's going to be a very hard game. I just hope we can, like we were saying on the live stream, that we can save a little bit face from now to the end of the season, and we didn't get beaten, battered every weekend, because it's just gonna, it's gonna put a damper on it. Like I'm losing a bit, like enthusiasm for the matches again. It's just I wouldn't say so much drag there, but like Stephen says, it's a bit of a recharge.
Come on, it's match day. But no, it's hard when things like this and things are low. But like you've just said there on Sunday when we were live, we said the playoffs are out of reach. We're not going to go down, although it's still mathematically possible. We both are, to be fair, but neither's going to happen. So we just want, as fans, we want them to finish the season strong, on a bit of a high, just going for every game. We just want it to be like at the start of the season and last season, when the first whistle went, we started going for it and we didn't stop until the final whistle.
Exactly.
I'm under no illusions, we're not going to win every game, but if we go for it and we give something entertaining for the fans, something that we can actually sink our teeth into, get behind the lads. I mean, we'll get behind them anyway, but sometimes it is frustrating, you know what I mean?
It is, mate, it is, especially of the way things have went south quick. I can't believe how bad it's went in such a short period of time. But like you say, we'll back them, of course we will. Remember, these are all young lads. I didn't really want to get, I didn't think the Sunderland supporters day, even when they're booing them, I didn't think they're necessarily booing these young players.
No, but
I think it's further up.
That's behind the scenes.
It's behind the scenes.
It's the people who's running the things.
It's got nothing to do with the young players, because I do feel sorry for them. They're being tossed in at the deep end. A lot of them have, with not even known the English football and playing minutes in the Championship, and they're being thrown in at the deep end and told to swim basically. And so they are, a bit of experience around them. I think they'll be all right. And that brings us on to Corey Evans, Stephen. I know he's pushing his way back. With his downtime, he's been getting his coaching badges as well, which is, he must be thinking that he's coming to the nigger end of his career.
There you go. You heard it here first. Our next manager is Corey Evans.
I wouldn't put it past me.
But no, yes, Corey Evans, Bradley Dack and Aji Elise have all been playing for the under-21s over the last couple of weeks. So that's always a good sign. Experience in the team. I mean, I know Elise is young, but I think he's a hell of a defender
he's a good player,
when he's fit. Will they be in the frame for Friday? I would like to think they'll be involved in the squad. I'd expect to see at least one of them on the bench. I think Dack was on the bench against QPR, wasn't he? So hopefully they'll all be on the bench, if not starting. The good news is obviously my Luke is back, O'Nien is back from his suspension.
Do you know what? I think we've missed him, you know.
We do. A lot of people slate him and give him stick. Not me, man, not me.
Well, I prefer him in the midfield, because our midfield's so weak, Stephen, and I'd prefer to change the back line, rather like what you were talking about previously. But for me, look, he's a good player. Like you say, he wears his heart on his sleeve and he does put in 100%. It's just I prefer him to be in that midfield, because we are very weak there. But with Corey Evans come back, much needed experience back in this squad.
Definitely.
Hopefully he can make the starting 11. I didn't know if he will or not. Might be a bit too soon, like Stephen was saying.
I think I said on Sunday, I'd expect him to be on the bench. But obviously there's going to be no Clark, there's going to be no Rooson, there's going to be no Serkin, there's going to be no Huggins. Nobody knows what's going on with Patrick Roberts. I don't even know if anyone knows where he is. Because he got injured. We got told it was a couple of weeks and we've never seen him since.
I know that.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously we don't know what the crack is with Ballard. I know he limped off, but then he played against QPR. He wasn't involved in the Northern Ireland game for the first game. He wasn't even on the bench.
Aye.
I think they've got another one midweek or tomorrow or something. But so we'll have to see what that one is. But I haven't, as usual, the club haven't released an out to know what the crack is with there. Obviously, we're still missing people injuries. With Rooson out, we've only got 2 options for forwards, and that's Burstow and Hemir, which he probably won't go with either.
Do you know what, to be honest with you, as much as I've been, hoping with DC something out of Hemir, I would prefer Job up top than the 2 of them, to be honest. And
no.
I didn't particularly like you said, I didn't particularly like putting what's the saying? Square pegs in round holes. I didn't like to do that, and I prefer him as in his natural position.
Centre mid.
But when I watch him, mate, he offers very little. I know the service into him could be a hell of a lot better. Balls in the air, he would benefit from.
And it's a lot of pressure playing the front on your road.
Aye.
It's a lot of pressure.
Even balls in behind, mate. We didn't play balls in behind so he can try and get in behind.
I mean, even
we didn't even play them to him.
If they're not going to, I know Ball's not a centre forward, but he's fast.
Aye.
Or even stick Mundle up top, and because he likes putting Barr out wide, doesn't he? Put Barr out wide, and then again, Clark's injured. we don't know what we're going to do, all right? We don't know what he's going to do. We'll find out on Friday.
We'll see us on the live stream. That's when we will know.
Because we can stand here. I mean, as you can see, it was light when we started this video. But Friday, I'm not going to say I'm expecting great things. I just want to see us improve. We've had a 2-week break. Hopefully, it's on the training pitch, at the training ground, they've all been given a kick up the backside, or they've maybe like a big arm around them, a big cuddle, and just saying, look, you know what I mean? You've got a great club here, you've got a great set of fans. Just go out there and enjoy for the rest of the season. Like I say, we're not going up, we're not going down. We've got nothing to lose, so let's just go for it.
Right.
Send send the fans into the summer break happy.
Yep.
And with a little bit of optimism for next season.
Like I say, and then also, Stephen, they've got a lot of hard work in them offices over there come the end of the season, that's for sure, because they're going to have to take a look, and they've said that on the 9th of May is the next sit-down talking thing with the minutes type, whatever they were talking about, and they've got a lot to talk about, obviously, with how bad it went, from how good it was to in this top 6 to how bad it is at this minute. But like Stephen says, I'm going to try and be a bit more optimistic, because we're not going down. We've come a long way in such a short time, like meaning where we were, 13th in League One, with Del Boy in charge.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but come see what happens at the end of the.
It's going to be an important
end of the season.
An important summer, a very important
100%.
summer for the people in them offices up there. Not that they'll be in them offices, but you know what I mean.
You know.
But anyway, let's go on to score predictions for Friday.
Right. I went first on the intro, so Joe first on the score predictions.
No problem. I'm going to go Sunderland to win 3-1. See, you didn't say that coming, did you?
No, I didn't. I was like, what? Right then, if that's the case, I'm going for a Sunderland 2-1 win. That is all dependent on who is in the lineup, obviously. If we can get Corey Evans back in.
You should put it on the bottom after we say score predictions. Subject to change. Pending lineup. Subject to change pending lineup.
Pending lineup.
I was looking. I think Sunderland and Cardiff have drew the least amount of games all season.
Aye.
So
it's not going to be a draw.
So it's probably a nil-nil draw.
Aye, nil-nil. It'll probably be a nil-nil again.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's about it, isn't it?
It is, aye.
Hit the thumbs up.
And subscribe if you're new. See you on Friday. All right, lads.